If you're over 60 or care for someone who is, this video could quietly change your life. Today, we're uncovering 5 dangerous water drinking habits most seniors still do without even knowing it. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, like this video if you find it helpful, and share it with someone you care about so more people can benefit from this vital knowledge. Now let's begin with a quiet story, one that might sound familiar, and explore how simple water habits could be silently affecting your health. It begins quietly, almost too quietly to notice. A mild headache in the afternoon, a feeling of tiredness that seems to stretch into the evening, even when the day was not especially busy, a slight dizziness when standing up. These are the kinds of subtle symptoms that many seniors chalk up to age. After all, the body changes, doesn't it? But what if behind these small discomforts, something as simple and vital as water is playing a silent role? For many people over the age of 65, water drinking is such a routine act that it barely draws attention. You pour a glass when you feel thirsty. You might drink with meals or take sips with medication. It feels instinctive, natural. Yet over time, what feels natural may no longer be sufficient. Or worse, it may turn into a habit that quietly harms your health. It was a conversation with Dr. Elaine Marshall, a respected geriatric specialist with over 3 decades of experience, that first sparked this exploration. She said, with a gentle firmness, "Most of the seniors I meet believe they're drinking enough water, but when we look closer, their hydration habits are either outdated or unknowingly harmful. Hydration needs change with age." That sentence lingered in the air, and the more I listened to her, the more I realized how little we talk about water, even though it plays such a fundamental role in our well-being. For older adults, especially those over 65, hydration isn't just about quenching thirst, it's about maintaining balance. As we age, our bodies lose water content naturally. Kidneys don't concentrate urine as well as they used to. The sensation of thirst becomes weaker. And with chronic conditions and medications in the picture, staying hydrated becomes less about instinct and more about conscious choice. Let me take you through a journey, one that reveals the 5 most common water drinking habits that seniors still follow. Not out of carelessness, but simply because no one ever told them these habits could be dangerous. Along the way, I'll share stories, research, and some deeply personal lessons from those who have walked this road. The first habit begins not with too little water, but surprisingly, with too much, at the wrong time. It was Ruth, a retired school teacher of 72, who shared her experience during a wellness retreat. "I thought I was being good," she said, "by drinking 2 full glasses of water before bed every night. I read somewhere that it helps with digestion and skin health. But I kept waking up to use the bathroom 2 to 3 times. I was losing sleep, feeling tired during the day. I didn't connect it to my nighttime water." Ruth's story is far more common than you might think. Drinking large amounts of water late in the evening can disrupt sleep, increase the risk of nighttime falls, and add stress to an already aging bladder. Dr. Marshall explained it gently. Hydration is essential, but the timing of it matters. Your kidneys don't process fluids as efficiently at night. What helps during the day can become a disturbance after sunset. The key, she said, front-loading hydration. Drinking more in the first half of the day, tapering off by evening. It's a simple shift, but one that can greatly improve sleep quality and energy levels in the morning. Then there's the opposite scenario. People who delay drinking water until they feel genuinely thirsty. Henry, an 80-year-old widower, offered a candid reflection. I grew up with a father who used to say, "Only drink when you're thirsty." So I followed that. I never carried a bottle, never drank between meals. But in the past year, I started having dizzy spells when gardening. My daughter insisted I see a doctor. Turned out, I was mildly dehydrated almost all the time. This habit, waiting for thirst as a signal, becomes less reliable after 65. Scientific studies show that the body's ability to signal thirst declines with age. By the time you feel genuinely thirsty, your body may already be running on a deficit. The risk isn't just fatigue. It can impact blood pressure, digestion, and even cognitive function. Seniors are more susceptible to dehydration-related confusion and memory problems, something often mistaken for early signs of dementia. Dr. Marshall recommends gentle reminders throughout the day. A sip here, a half glass there, not chugging, not force-feeding water, but treating hydration as a quiet background rhythm of your day. Setting times, like after brushing teeth or during a favorite TV show, can help make it routine without it feeling like a burden. One of the most overlooked dangers, however, lies not in the amount of water, but in its temperature. At first glance, this might sound trivial, but for many older adults, particularly those with dental sensitivity, throat issues, or digestive conditions, the temperature of water can significantly impact how the body reacts. Margaret, 67, experienced bloating and stomach discomfort every morning. I used to start my day with a tall glass of cold water. I read somewhere that it boosts metabolism, but I always felt heavy and sluggish afterwards. My doctor suggested I try warm water instead, just slightly above room temperature. It changed everything. Warm water is gentler on the digestive system, helps improve circulation. Cold water, while refreshing, can sometimes constrict blood vessels, slow digestion, and in sensitive individuals, trigger mild stomach spasms or discomfort, especially for those managing conditions like acid reflux, arthritis, or sensitive teeth. Warm water can be a friendlier alternative, but perhaps the most quietly dangerous habit is not about when or how, but what you're drinking. Many seniors unintentionally consume dehydrating liquids under the belief they're hydrating. Take George, 74, who proudly drank 6 cups of tea in a day. "I always thought I was staying well hydrated," he said, "but I kept feeling dry-mouthed and sluggish. I couldn't figure it out. Caffeine, present in tea and coffee, acts as a diuretic. It encourages the body to flush out fluids. While moderate caffeine intake isn't inherently harmful, it can offset hydration if not balanced with plain water. Alcohol has a similar effect, even in small amounts like a nightly glass of wine. Over time, these beverages can contribute to low-level dehydration, especially in seniors with slower fluid processing. Dr. Marshall's advice is clear. For every cup of caffeinated or alcoholic drink, match it with a cup of plain water. That simple act of balance helps the body restore what it loses. Finally, the fifth and perhaps most surprisingly dangerous habit is relying solely on water for hydration, while ignoring foods that could support it. Most seniors aren't aware that hydration is also a matter of what you eat. Fruits and vegetables, like cucumbers, watermelon, oranges and tomatoes, carry high water content and electrolytes that help the body retain fluids more effectively. Seniors who struggle to drink large volumes can benefit from adding these foods into meals, especially during hotter months or periods of illness. Dr. Marshall shared one case of an 85-year-old woman who could never seem to drink enough water. She had a dry mouth, headaches, and fatigue. She hated drinking plain water. We shifted her diet, added hydrating soups, fruit bowls, steamed veggies. Within a week, she reported feeling more alert and less tired. Her labs confirmed better hydration levels. Hydration isn't just a glass, it's a lifestyle, a series of small choices that come together to support the body gently and consistently. As we conclude this first part of the journey, take a quiet moment to reflect. Have any of these habits been part of your daily life? Not out of neglect, but simply out of routine? In the next section, we'll explore the science behind why hydration becomes more complex with age and how you can tailor a personal hydration plan that suits your lifestyle, your health conditions, and your emotional well-being without overwhelming change.